He's such a comedian. Never mind the fact we talked to the entire commercial break. Coming up, the Tolton Trailblazers finish a memorable season with a state title. Carl Edwards in a close call in Phoenix. And the tournament field is set. Find out which SEC teams made the field. All this and more coming up now. I'm here, Sports Extra with Chris Gervino. Jim Reek is on his way out. Now it's our turn. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sports Extra with Chris Gervino. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Glad you're making us part of it before it officially ends here in about 90 minutes or so. You know, we're just 4 races into the NASCAR season, and there have already been a pair of photo finishes, including one today. And the one today included Columbia's own Carl Edwards. What a race. What a beautiful day for racing in the desert out in Phoenix. Third caution flag of the day comes out. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. into the wall, and Edwards would take the lead. On the restart after the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. caution, Kevin Harvick on the outside passes Carl Edwards for the lead. Edwards had led 65 laps in this one, but it was Harvick and Edwards battling it out all day long. 78 laps to go. Harvick retakes the lead from Carl Edwards with the pass on the inside, and Harvick is chasing his 6th win of the track. Now time for the photo finish. Look how exciting, how close this was. Both nearly wrecked as they were dueling in the desert. And at the line, Kevin Harvick would prevail, taking the checkered flag by just 1/100th of a second, the closest finish ever in Phoenix. Carl Edwards, a very close second. Well, the Mizzou women's basketball team will learn its fate tomorrow for postseason play. The Tigers look to get into the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2006. 2 weeks ago, they lost to Auburn in the SEC quarterfinals. And while Missouri likely hurt its seeding for the national tournament with its current 3-game losing streak, they are expected to receive a bid. Mizzou finished the season 21-9, including the tournament game, and they went 8-8 in regular season SEC play. The Mizzou softball team split a doubleheader with Ole Miss on this Sunday, winning the opener by a score of 2-0. Game 2, Ole Miss came back with a vengeance, scoring all 9 of its runs in the 3rd inning as Ole Miss earns a split 9-5 over the Missouri Tigers softball team, but Mizzou wins the series 2-1. As for the Missouri baseball team, it won its series opener Friday night against Youngstown State, but then dropped both games of a doubleheader to the Penguins on Saturday, dropping the opener 4-3 in a game that Tanner Houck started. Mizzou had the lead into the 9th inning, but lost it. And the Penguins then went on to complete a sweep in the nightcap. So Youngstown State wins the series from Missouri. The Tiger baseball team, now 13-5, will play Southeast Missouri State. 2-game series this week, Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon. The Mizzou tennis team, with its SEC opener Saturday, lost to Arkansas 4-1. Tigers won the doubles point, but lost the singles matches. Mizzou 12-4 overall, 0-3 in SEC play. Well, over the previous 2 seasons, the Tolton boys basketball team had not made it to the state title game. Saturday, the Trailblazers had the chance to play in their first title game. Michael Porter Jr. leading Tolton against the defending state champion Barstow Knights from Kansas City. Huge crowd on hand at Mizzou Arena, about 10,000, including Kim Anderson and his Missouri basketball coaching staff. Tolton 29-3. Michael Porter Jr. there, the slam dunk. He had another big ball game there. He takes the bounce pass from his brother John Tay. Tolton led by 4 points, 31-27 at halftime. 4th quarter, though, here come the Barstow Knights. Jariah Horn with a 3. He had 39 points. He's headed to play at Nebraska collegiately. Here's Horn again, sounding off for 3 more. Barstow close against Jeremy Osborne's Tolton team in the final 10 seconds. Porter had 31 points, 19 rebounds, but 5 fouls. He fouled out late in the game. So Barstow down 2 at the free throw line. Missed both free throws from Shea Rush. The second one intentionally as he tried to get the rebound and put it up and in. He almost did, but Tolton prevails 62-60 and celebrates its first state basketball championship. And with that win, Tolton celebrates that title. KOMU-8's Mark Kim joins us live in studio now to tell us about the path the Blazers took to their championship. Mark?
So you just saw the highlights from the Tolton Barstow championship game. You also saw the game's epic conclusion. But in the last 2.5 seconds of that game came the result of a 3-year journey. The championship game came down to one moment. Barstow at the free throw line, down 2 with 2.5 seconds left. But it's a moment 3 years in the making.
This season, the last 2 seasons, everything up until this point prepared us for this moment.
In the past 2 seasons, the Trailblazers had a record of 44-11, and each of those seasons ended in early postseason exits. But the team never lost sight of the goal of a state championship.
We worry about, what we can control, and what we can control is what happens within this program and what happens in between the lines when we step on the floor. So our guys just did a really good job of trusting the process.
This season, the Trailblazers went 29-3 heading into the state championship game. And throughout most of the game, it seemed Tolton was going to take this game easily until Barstow went on an 8-3 run in the final 90 seconds of the game, which leads us back to the moment. But this time, the Trailblazers were ready to seize the moment.
At that moment, you just gotta find a way to win. You gotta grind it out. And luckily, he missed the first. We knew he'd have to miss the second. And our guys did a good job of trying to tip it in the air and let the clock run. Hey, we'll take it any way we can get it.
3 years of hard work have finally paid off for Tolton. Mark Kim, KOMU-8 Sports, Columbia. Now, Tolton is already looking like the front-runner to win the Class 3 state championship next year. The Trailblazers will retain 3 key starters: Michael Porter Jr., Jonte Porter, and Isaiah Wilson.
That's a talented trio, Mark. Thank you very much. Other state championship hoops action featuring a local team included the Class 2 boys title game with the Iberia Rangers going for their first title against Hartville. But a rough start for Dexter Frisbee and the Iberia Rangers. 11 turnovers to just 1 for Hartville, 0 for 3 shooting for Iberia. And the Hartville Eagles took a 13-point lead, 26-13 into the break. Iberia never really closed the gap. Jace Keith and then Grant Dedman scoring for Hartville. The Eagles led from the start, and Iberia sadly loses this game, but can proudly take a second-place state finish as Hartville wins its first state title in program history with a resounding win, 64-37. The final round of the PGA Tour's Valspar Championship today. Bill Haas took the one-shot lead into the final round of play. Charles Schwartzel, a Masters winner a few years back, on 13 makes a spectacular putt for birdie. He got to 5 under par, close to the lead. Then on number 12, Bill Haas putts for birdie and makes it to stand alone at 8 under par. Schwartzel on the 17th hole is 6 under, 2 shots back, working to get closer, had the putter going. He drains that one, 7 under for the day. After bogey on 17, Haas on 18 has a long putt for birdie and the victory, but he misses by inches. They went to a playoff. Back to 18, sudden death. Haas for par. Misses just left. And that set up Schwartzel for a par putt that he could win. And he drains it to come from 5 shots back to win the Valspar Invitational.